What's going on, fellow A-plussers? It's your boy, Adam Perez. We're back once again with a brand new movie review. So we're about to get into Guillermo Del Toro's Frankenstein. That's right. Just recently released over on Netflix as of November 7th. But I personally had the opportunity to check it out in theaters just several days before it released exclusively on Netflix. I think it had like maybe a 2, maybe a 3 week run in the cinemas, very limited screening. So if you had the opportunity to see it on the big screen, God bless you. I had the opportunity to see it on the big screen, and I got to tell you, it is an experience in and of its own. What really astonishes me is the idea that Guillermo del Toro, who has been doing it for years now, has won, I believe, Best Picture, has probably won Best Director, also at times. The idea that this man continues to put out masterpiece after masterpiece, solid work after solid work, and studios say no to the man that wants to do Frankenstein, so he doesn't get the opportunity to really put it up on the big screen, and he's got to run off to Netflix that then gives him approval, loves what he wants to do, and allows this man to make a brilliant movie and Frankenstein. It's absurd to me that studios don't take bigger chances on Guillermo del Toro, because when he's on point, man. I love this man's work. I literally get excited for anything that he certainly wants to do. And after having the opportunity to see Frankenstein on the big screen, it belongs on the big screen. Forget limited time run. Look, I appreciate Netflix for at least giving the man the money to produce and make this movie, but it should not be exclusive to just Netflix. This movie should have a long theater run and the opportunity to make a ton of money, because after seeing this movie on the big screen, I almost don't want to see it any other way. Like, I feel like I truly appreciated it for what it certainly was, and it's probably one of my best favorite renditions of the Frankenstein story. I was really impressed with what Guillermo del Toro did in this movie. Now, look, should you see this movie? Absolutely. Even if it's on Netflix, absolutely go ahead and check this out. This may be top 5, maybe even top 3 best movies of the year for me. It just has a brilliant mesh of everything truly working for it, whether it be just the directing work in here, the musical score attached, the incredible VFX, whether that be special effects or set designs or practical effects, the makeup for Jacob Elordi to turn him into this Frankenstein monster. I mean, everything was beautiful, was crisp. The story was great, especially in regards to the structure in which it's broken down. I think maybe the weakness of this movie, maybe some of the editing choices, but then again, I think to myself, like, just the structure and the way that they put this movie together, the way that it immediately sort of thrusts you into the middle of this story where we find Victor Frankenstein and his particular creature. Then the idea of going back and using one half of the movie to kind of tell one side of the story, and then the second half to tell the other side of the story, and to see how it kind of beautifully all comes together. I mean, I guess the editing actually probably wasn't the weakness when you think about it structurally in regards to how you want to deliver a movie to impact people the most. This movie was excellent. I got to tell you, Guillermo del Toro also uses color extremely well. There's a lot of black and whites and reds that really populate the first half of this movie. I'm always fascinated to kind of see where he places his colors at, who represent what colors. Red, I think, is a very vibrant color within this particular movie. Anytime he utilizes it, it's always for a particular reason, right? When it comes to the color red, it usually emphasizes love and passion, energy, vitality, sometimes caution, sometimes the concept of courage in here. How you see of Victor Frankenstein, whether he be as a kid and how he views his mother, and the color scheme of red that kind of populates their relationship with each other. As he gets older, the usage of red at times, maybe to showcase his own anger and the certain things that he's got brewing within himself. Like, Guillermo del Toro just has a fascinating way of not only using color but great costume designs and really allowing these characters to really shine, to be quite frank with you. The acting and the performances in here, Oscar Isaac deserves an Oscar for this movie. Like, I was really impressed to see his range. Mia Goth is certainly another one that continues to impress me each and every time that I see her. And I think she really picks her roles extremely well, right? The fact that she's also going to be in an upcoming Star Wars movie, Star Wars Starfighter, really has me excited that they have such a brilliant actress in Mia Goth playing that role. Makes me think that the character that she's playing is extremely complicated. But to see their chemistry together, Oscar along with Mia in here as their two characters, I thought was incredible. Jacob Elordi, um, I feel like I've seen him in things, but maybe off the top of my head, I don't quite remember his facial features and what he looks like. But when I see him as this creature, I'm thinking to myself, like, is he really that tall? Like, did he like I wonder what his workout regimen was for this particular movie. Because he just has a presence in here. There are times when his face is covered up, sometimes when it isn't very menacing, but yet at times it looks, very innocent in the sense of his growth and his wonder and what he wants to learn about the world. His connection with Mia Goth in here as well, the idea of wanting to be loved, wanting somebody for himself. Also, I mean, Jacob Elordi just does an amazing range of emotions in here. And again, same thing with Oscar Isaac. Sometimes you love him as a character, sometimes you really despise this man. But what I really love is just the themes about this movie, and it's really a father and son kind of story. And I've talked about this before. If you've ever watched one of my videos, is that the father and son themes for me, especially now that I'm a father, I find very important. Now that I find that I'm a father, I'm always wanting to learn more about my father in a sense, um, learn what he was about, how that might have gotten transferred to me as a kid, as a young man, who I grew up to be, right? All those things certainly kind of play a role. So it is fascinating to kind of see Victor Frankenstein's journey in here, like what his relationship is to his father, the motivations that he has to want to become better than his father, despite how his father certainly treated him, right? Like using those motivations to become sort of your own man, and then come to realize sort of the man that you've become in the sense of, wanting to achieve more for your father, but then from your father, but also realizing you've kind of become like your father in a sense, right? Like when you now have created something that is looking for some level of connection, and now you as an adult grown man can't necessarily connect with him, resembling what your personal relationship was like with your father. It's just a really interesting kind of full circle moment for Frankenstein in that, for Victor Frankenstein in that moment, and to kind of see the growth of that character, especially when we get to the second half of the movie and Frankenstein kind of, the monster, if you will, explains his story, to kind of see how it kind of all comes together in that sense of forgiveness, and understanding your place in the world, and understanding like how you've affected and impacted somebody's life in a particular sort of way. To kind of see that all come together, I thought was just really sort of beautifully told, by Guillermo del Toro, who has said in past interviews, like, the motivation for making this movie was also his relationship to his father, also, and just the similarities that he was able to find between Victor Frankenstein and Frankenstein, also. But a breathtaking visual movie to see. He does not spare anything in regards to making you feel engulfed in this world. Each set piece just huge. I even saw in a Oscar Isaac interview talk about Victor Frankenstein's lab, like just from the place where he does his work to the outside sort of ceiling area, roof area, with the equipment for the lightning bolt to come through, just how it was one giant complete set, and feeling really like just uh, a part of that particular world to where his imagination just kind of ran free in a sense that he didn't have to use his imagination too much, that he was just there. So it was very easy for him to pretend that he lived in this world. And I think that comes across the screen just absolutely beautifully. So Guillermo del Toro does not miss from story, from visual effects to set design to costume work to character work. I mean, this is an incredible film. And look, I had a fantastic time. I think you'll have a fantastic time. Go check out this movie when you can. If it's still playing in theaters, I recommend checking it out in theaters if you can. But if not, definitely check it out on Netflix. You certainly won't be disappointed. But look, guys, these are my A plus opinions. I want to know yours. What did you guys think of Frankenstein? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section box below. But until then, do me a big favor. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A plus. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.